Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to another wasted away again FritzyVille basket. I've got this face on with the new makeup coming in. If you want to know what I thought of the makeup going out, as well as if I wasted anything or not, then just keep on watching. So the whole month and for quite some time now, I have been using the MAC paint pot. It matches my flesh really good. If you're going to store this, store it upside down. It will keep longer. But I'm going to go back to this month, the Sigma eyeshadow primer stick, because it is, or has been, like my favorite forever. I don't want it to dry up in the drawer. I don't know if you can look down in there and see how far down. Like this is how much I've got left. So they give you quite a bit of this. We're going to do that this month because I spent several months with the MAC. And this, for me, I always said, is like MAC paint pot in a stick, making it more convenient to use since you don't need to get a brush out to put it on. But, you know, with my nails as long as they are, that might not be true. The undertone of this is more yellow than painterly in the MAC. If I'm going to just not wear eyeshadow, I kind of would rather use the paint pot. But let's see, having spent all that time now with the paint pot, do I still say the Sigma is the best eyeshadow primer? That's been in the drawer for quite some time and it's still did just fine. On to eyeshadow. So for the month, I had this in here, the Sundown from Alter Ego. And I have to apologize to Alter Ego. I thought that all the shades except for the mattes were probably glitter based. I did wear it a few times. It's very beautiful, warm, okay, but very beautiful. And I enjoyed it. So I'm going to put that in my collection. And the rest of the time I was using Blessed. Several of you have told me that this is the first time that you've purchased Blessed, and I want to say thank you for that. I want to tell you, I had to replace this. This is the third time, I think, that I've had to replace my Savior. When I got the new cabinet back here, I put Sydney Grace in there, and I forgot. That's where I had stuck the backups of my Savior. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I okayed Sydney Grace to sell my Savior as singles in both the deep and the light, because if you're like me, you're going to go through it. I'll come back to this in a second. I want to tell you what I'm bringing in this month is my Tiny Marvels. I haven't been in Mel's palette for a little bit of time now, and I love Mantis. There's just no other green like Mantis. It makes me a little sad when I pull this out, so you know, but I'm good. I'm ready to go back into Tiny Marvels. I love using Tiny Marvels and Blessed together. I mean, I sort of had that in mind when I was putting Blessed together, is that I wanted it to be something that would go well with Tiny Marvels. So I'm going to be using these two together. Right now, though, I'm going to take my Savior because I felt like, for me anyway, that's what's missing in Tiny Marvels. Not that Mel didn't do a fantastic job. I mean, hello, it's Mel, okay? But I needed my Savior. I needed this. So it's in my palette, and I'm going to use it with the E55 from the GlitzyFritzyVille Essential Eye Set from Sigma. Yeah! And there we go. I'm just going to set that down. Shy Guy and I are getting ready to go out. I think we're just going out for pizza. I'm not going to get all fancy, all dolled up. I have on a gray shirt, so I can pretty much get by with anything I want.
Hey! I know you always do this to me and everyone. I mean, ask them. They're all tired of it, okay? Knock it off, Peter.
I'm going to put Blessed up for right now. And I'm going to go into Tiny Marvels. This isn't a tutorial, so I'm just going to talk to you guys while I'm doing my eyes. I wanted to tell you guys that my sister and I, we went to the Beef and Boars to see Jersey Boys, and I came home from that show and immediately rented the movie. And by the way, it follows it almost to the letter. That show was so good. I don't know. I mean, it's up there with the top ones I've seen in, I don't know how long I've been going to Beef and Boards. But anyway, I don't know what about this caused me to do this, but I went on the web. I think I wanted to know how old Frankie Valli is. He's not only still alive, all right, he's touring. He's 90. He's 90 years old and he's touring. I keep wondering, like, Can Frankie Valli actually sound
Like, oh man. Walk like a man, talk like a man. I can do this mid-range, right? I can go, talk like a man. But I can't go,
not since they took out part of my thyroid anyway. Yeah, I mean, can Frankie Valli still do that at 90? I would love to find out, but Shy Guy definitely doesn't want to see Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons, particularly since the Four Seasons, they're not the old Four Seasons, of course, but, you know, I am dying to know. If you go to do that, let me know. How did he do? I mean, come on, he's 90. How can he do that? Of course, some of us wonder how he could do that at all. I'm going to go ahead and finish my eyes, and then I'll come back. I had 3 eyeliners in here this time, and they're pretty much all the same size, or kind of the same size now. Look. Might surprise you that I used so much of the gray by Give Beauty this time. Yeah, I like it. I like it in my waterline, and I like it down here. So I used it a little bit more, and instead of trying to preserve this. I don't know when or if Give Beauty is bringing these back for real. Okay, they say they're having a stocking issue, but gosh darn, it's been a long time, right? I think maybe they lost their supplier and they're hunting a new one, or they really are going out of business. In any case, these 2 are going back in the drawer because I don't want to use those up. I'm waiting for them to bring them back out. Then this one from Sephora collection, the coconut liner, I like to use in my waterline. We're going to give those a rest, and I'm bringing in 3. Now I'm bringing in the Skinny by Maybelline to do my tight line. It's black. Then we have Lisa Eldridge in ground coffee. That's the one I'm going to use today. And, well, now I don't know. Maybe I should use this one instead. This is something new. I've not even opened it yet. But Fatima, who I've been saying her name wrong for the last I don't know how many years. Her name is not Fatima. Okay, her name is Fatima. Anyway, she suggested this, and I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to use it. We're going to use it today, because if this actually does what I want it to do, it's only $8. And, you know, we might like that instead of the Give, in case that doesn't come back. I think she's kind of hoping I get the chrome one. Or did I get chrome? And that's a sharpener. I thought I bought black. Let's see. Oh, that glides. It is black. So it's just got a colorful lid and a colorful sharpener on the end. So yeah, let's see. Is this going to work for me the way I want it to? Let's tight line with it. That'll tell me right there. I mean, it might be really good. Wow, that's creamy.
It might be really good, PETA. Every time I take my eyes off of you. That makes me want to sing.
No, please, 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 no.
But I don't know what to sing, so we're not gonna. You escaped!
This is very, very creamy, and for sure. Blink, blink, blink. Does it transfer? Okay. Not too bad, not too shabby. But does she stay? Because I'll tell you what, it meets 2 of the things I love. So it didn't transfer down, and it is creamy. So it doesn't hurt going in. I would be thrilled. That would mean that they would quit making it now. If I actually found something I liked as well as the Give. Dang it, I got some on my lid. Oh well, mascara will cover that up. We're going to bring that in, along with the Maybelline Skinny and the Lisa Eldridge. And this is in Coffee Grounds. Let me just use that right down here. And mascara. What was in here is going to stay in here because I don't want to waste mascara. That would be Cils Booster XL, the Lancôme Idole, and this one here, Caliray. And then I wanted to do this video and try these 2 mascaras, so they're in here too. And that is Benefit Bounce. Is it Bounce or Bouncy? Bounce.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
I still like this. Still performing well. And the Lancôme Idole extensions, Flutter extensions or something with the little tiny wand. Yeah, I love all of the mascara that I have in here, but what we're going to do today is use Caliray.
That rhymes.
For the eyebrow situation, what I said I was going to do, and this is a couple of things in here this time that I've done, is I said I was going to do this, okay, which I brought in this NYX Professional Makeup. It's the Precision Brow Pencil. It's a blade. I said I was going to spend a month with it. I did. I also said I found this under the desk. Who knows how old it is? I'm going to use it up. I did not. Here's how much is still left in the Sephora collection retractable brow pencil. That's what it's called. I did use it a couple of times, but midway through the month, I reviewed this pencil from NYX and I started using the two together. So I was using this, which is a tiny blade. See how tiny that blade is? I was using it in the front and this through the brow and on the tail. And I loved that, but it got me wondering, what about these two? Because this one here is really tiny. This is their detailer. Let's look at it. And this is NYX's really little one. The Benefit one is so tiny that it needs a plastic like tube because it can break off. So I thought what we'd do is, before I put these away, maybe we will use the NYX on one side and the Benefit on the other, just so we can see. Is the NYX a more affordable version of the Benefit or not? Because I do think we got two different colors here. So here's the NYX and here is Benefit. I mean, maybe you won't notice. And then out of curiosity, I went and got this Build-A-Brow because I wanted to know, does it flick product everywhere like the NYX does? And it doesn't. Just letting you know that I might be bringing that in. Because I really want to know, do I like the detailer situation more or do I like the pen more? So tune in next month to find out what the heck happened.
Tune in next time.
For right now, though, I am going to take this and use it like I did all month. And I'm going to use it on this brow. I'm going to be looking down in this mirror so Peter might mess up and I won't know. Let's try the Benefit Goof Proof on the other side. Okay, I have to push a little harder, and it might be because it's sitting in the drawer, right? Instead of being used. I like them both, but there's definitely more red in the Goof Proof. And now let's use the NYX one on this side. Drawing hairs in the front. Benefit detailer. Now, I do have to run this up a little higher, and I have to be careful. I can't see, so I don't know when it's up there. Yeah, we don't want to go up too far, because if we do, this will break, and then you lose all that money. See, it just broke. That's one thing. I've not had the one with NYX break yet. So Benefit, you might want to maybe make that a little stiffer somehow. I don't know that in public, you know, if I didn't bring it to somebody's attention, that they would know that I use two different products. But the Benefit color in 3.5 is a little redder than the NYX's Ash Brown. I think I need to thicken this brow up a little bit more up here on top. So now we know. I'll run the pricing here and then you can make that call for yourself. But this month I will be spending the month with Benefit. We will put the NYX stuff away and the Sephora stuff away. And just for giggles, I'm going to take the pen and come in and make a little contrast with darker lines. Then two other brow products that are staying in, and I use them all the time. This YSL never leaves the basket because this pen is how I clean up my brows underneath here. And then this from Sephora. I've been using it in place of the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I'm going to put that in. I put in a lot on the right side to bring it up level with the left side. And then the left side, I usually just bring it through and move it, you know, that way. I don't want to raise the left side very much.
I don't know why I said that.
I don't know. Somebody saw one once. Do you guys watch Kathleen Madigan? I tell you what, I have this month, more than ever, been running around imitating comedians. She says that in, I think it's the Barefoot, Hunting Bigfoot or something.
What's going on with all this mermaid stuff? And she said, and I quote, I don't know, somebody saw one once.
And then Angela Johnson, who I love, she says in one of her specials, "Sorry dog."
Sorry dog.
Okay, so I keep going around saying "sorry dog," and no one knows why I'm doing it. Time for primer. Last time I spent the month with this. It was brand new when I opened it, and it's half gone. I found that I love this stuff on my neck. Even if I'm not going to put on any makeup, I like putting the silicone on my neck. Okay, but we're going to put that away so I don't run out of that $49 bottle of La Base Pro. I need some for the holidays, don't you know? Okay, and I'm bringing back in my Tatcha silk canvas. I'll just put that on my face.
On my face. I'm sorry, unless I'm not.
So while that's setting down a little bit, let's talk about the concealers. I used this the whole last basket. I cannot read for the life of me. Forever Skin Correct, and I have it in 1CR. Love this. I love this stuff. And I found that the best way to use it is just to take this, go dot, that's it, just that much. Deep, 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 deep. Right, and just pat it where I need it, and it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Love it, love it, love it. Gonna put it back so that I still have some when I get the foundation. Maybe I can do a Dior face then or something, because I really want to get that big jumbo bronzer of theirs and compare it to Charlotte Tilbury. But in any case, what we're gonna do, I think, is get out Givenchy, because I've not used Givenchy in a while, and I can't remember. Do I love you? Do I love Givenchy? I'm going to try to do it the same way I've been doing the Dior. Instead of like patting a couple dots here, getting too much later in the day, starting to look pretty bad, right? I've just been doing this. Now, you might need to cover more than me, so that may not ring true for you. But for me, it's just a matter of, you know, taking a dot on my finger, mushing it together, and then coming up here, which is always easier if you don't put on your dang eyeshadow on the bottom first. As far as the foundation went, I lied. I said I was going to use my house foundation. I hope I didn't shake that, because you can see that it's only to here. I mean, I feel so horrible, but this is not my shade. It's just not, guys. And so I brought in the Lisa Eldridge to kind of lighten it up, and ended up only using the Lisa Eldridge, which is just freaking awesome, gorgeous. Let me see here what shade I got. 2 in Lisa Eldridge. Beautiful, beautiful, love it. And I will decide the fate of this at the end of the movie. Like,
I'm a movie star. Swimming pools, movie stars.
not movie. At the end of the video, I'll decide. I'm still up in the air on this, okay? But I'll decide what that's fate is. But this is going back in the drawer, and I thought, well, heck, since I brought the Givenchy concealer in, let's use the Givenchy foundation. So, oh, that's messy, ain't it? Huh, don't you love it?
Don't you just love it, chicka-boom, chicka-boom? Don't you just love it, chicka-boom, chicka-boom? Don't you just love it, chicka-boom, chicka-boom, boom, boom?
I didn't get a sponge, so I'm just going to use this Artiste brush here to put it on. Let's just put 3 pumps on there. Bring it down the middle where I need the most coverage. And, you know, as I'm looking, I cut the light in the middle. Okay, because the rearranging of the studio really messed with the lights. So I cut the light that's in the middle, and I have the windows or the blinds open on the windows. It's messing with what I can see. When I get it in on the computer, it'll be okay, I think. But it's messing with what I can see on the monitor. I hope that I don't look on this video the way I look in the monitor. Also, this has been in every box. It's staying. It's my Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. I'm going to get a little bit of that on there. Yeah, okay, buy this and it will last you for 10 years. No, I just use it right there, which that thing must be fading. Okay, because I don't even know that I needed to do that. Now, as far as powders go, I had this Dior compact that I purchased in here, and this is actually really a foundation. You might not be able to tell it, I don't know, but there's a dip in it now. Even though I was trying to go around the edge too. This pops out and you can purchase a refill, which I really, really like. But I'm like, do I love this more than I loved my Lancôme Dual Intensity? So I'm gonna bring Dual Intensity in here and see if I have a really good month with it too. I gotta admit, some days I did just take this and use it on my nose, you know, in just like spot foundation powder situation, and didn't even apply the Lisa Eldridge, but most of the time it was Lisa Eldridge and this. So to get a true sense, I probably would have to use this with the Lisa Eldridge, but we're not going to. Okay, I just want to see, do I still... Oh my gosh, it only took like, what, 5 months or something, but the smell has finally dissipated. I'm going to put my Dior up for right now. And I'm going to use Dual Intensity as a pressed powder for my nose and stuff. And I think I'm going to try to use up the rest of, which is not much. Lancôme has got such a great powder here. The Long Time No Shine, beautiful powder. And I don't have a wet sponge, which is how I like to usually put this stuff on. And I'm going to use this like I was using the Dior all month. And that is to just reinforce my nose, around my nose, my chin, and there we go. So, I'll be doing these. Moving on to the bronzer situation. I had this in here. Which one is this? I've got two of theirs, and this one is natural chocolate. So I have the natural chocolate. I love this. And I love how it smells, but we're going to put it back. And instead, I'm going to bring the YSL back in because I'm just going to be honest with you. The new YSL blush is on its way here. And I probably will be replacing what I have in here for blush with it. So I just wanted to use the bronzer. Okay, so we're going to use this. The blush I used was this, the Little Rock. You can't buy this anymore. It's the Going to California palette, but it's still super pigmented. I had to make sure I was using a really fluffy brush with this because it's so pigmented. But I'm going to put that up, and I'm bringing in my Hourglass Mood Exposure, which we all know is probably my favorite blush of all time. I'll be using this and at least until the YSL blush gets here. No promises that I won't bring it into this basket, you know. The highlighter that was in all month was this from Sigma, from the Little Mermaid collection. It has a iridescent kind of pink undertone to it, and it's beautiful. I loved using it. But what I'm going to bring in here now is this from Lancôme. It is their highlighter, and I've had this forever. Jody of the Fritzy family purchased this for me for my birthday or Christmas one a long time ago, and I love it. But I don't show it on camera and use it much, so now I am. It's gorgeous. That just leaves the mouth. What I brought in to use all month kind of shocked me. All right, so first, lip liner. I had this one in from Bare Minerals. This is awesome. In fact, I used it more than anything. Just putting it on and letting her go. This is what color it is. Love it. That's what I was doing most of the time. I just love that color and stuff so much that I'm just gonna keep on doing that. Let me see so I can tell you what the color is. It's called Mindful Mulberry, but I was intending on using my NARS Liquid Power Matte. I only wore this like 3 times. What a shame. And as liquid lips go, I think that this is one of the best out there. I think NARS has got a great formula here. But what I found was that I don't really like using liquid lips right now at this point in my life. That was interesting. So I use this a lot more than that, and it is from Chantecaille, and it is very nourishing. It's beautiful. One of you sent that to me a while back, and I just love it. And let me tell you what shade that is, in case you were interested in that. That is in the shade Iris. Those are going back, and what I'm going to bring in is my back sore. It got found by my son, and this is hilarious. Okay, are you ready for this? Ready? My son says, oh, he come home from his girlfriend's house. He said, we found your makeup brush in the car. And I'm like, what? I don't travel around with makeup brushes. And I'm like, what? Yeah. I put it in the cup holder. So now I gotta know, what the heck makeup brush did he find in his car? Now, I don't know if you remember me saying I lost 2 MAC sores last year. So anyway, I go out to the car, and what's in the cup holder? My lip pencil. I'm like, yay, my lip pencil. They found my lip pencil, but where's this makeup brush? So I go into the kitchen. I'm like, is this what you're talking about? Is this the makeup brush? And he goes, yeah. I go, does that look like a brush to you? And he goes, okay, makeup stick. Okay, that's better than brush, but it's a pencil. And that made me so bad, you know, want him to come on the channel. And I'm going to hold up something, right? And I'm going to ask you what it is. I go, honey, seriously, I promise. I will... let you make a fool of me. I'll come, you let my viewers see me not knowing what your game stuff is and stuff. And he goes, that wouldn't be the same thing. They probably don't know what it is either. He's probably right. And the lipsticks I want to bring in are my Natasha Denona's. This one here is, I think it's Rose. And this, Avriel, I think. Ooh, Avriel looks like it's going to be, I don't know. Let's see. Let's put Ariel up there. And this one, which I think is Rose, I'm not sure, down here. We'll just mix them together. Both of them look nice with that lip liner, don't they? Let's see what the shades are, just so you're in the know. This one here is from the I Need a Rose collection, and it's in Daphne. And this one here is from the I Need a Nude collection, and it's in Avriel. I would have loved to have had the Natasha Denona lip liner that I ordered when I got one of those lipsticks, but it never arrived. So I don't know what happened there, but I was like, you're going to give me my money back if you're not going to send that to me. And then the setting spray situation. For the last few months here, I've been using the Peach and Lilly Glass Skin Veil Mist, and I love this stuff. But in the interest of making changes, because I should, right, I'm going to bring the LYS Natural, what's that say? I don't know, Natural Finish maybe on there. Let's bring this in. If I remember correctly, this has a very light mister. It does, but it's not as light of a mist as this. All right, I'm going to go do my hair, and then I'll be back to discuss, okay, what we're going to do with this, because I didn't use up anything. So I'll be right back to tell you if this is getting wasted or what's going to happen to it. Believe it or not, in the last month, I didn't use up anything. But do you believe I wiped off all that setting powder that I'm wearing before we went out to eat? That's the real question. I did not. And people were stopping me in the restaurant, and they were saying, hey, what is that all over your shirt? And then I was like, oh, it's Lancôme setting powder. Thanks for noticing. And you believe that, right? Nothing to trash talk. But this here, is this going to be wasted? What's going to happen to it? Here's the thing. I just texted my BFF, Michelle, who used to have the channel Cinnamon Girl Beauty, and I asked her, like, because we are foundation matches, but she can get away sometimes with a little bit of a shade variance than I can. So I was wondering, I mean, this costs so much, and it's practically full. You know, maybe she wants it. So I texted her and, asked her, have you got this foundation? If so, what shade do you wear? And she said, believe it or not, This is actually one I do not have. So that's what's going to happen to it. I'm going to send it to my BFF, Michelle. If it doesn't work for her, she can pitch it. So she'll get to waste it. But it's a beautiful foundation. Bet she falls in love with the finish. But I mean, like, look at that. This is such a winner foundation. If I could only get that slight undertone that it has to match or look, you know, better on me than it does. It looks great on camera. But in person, you know, like I'll put it on camera and be like, whoa, this stuff is so great. It handles powder beautifully. It's just a fantastic skin-like foundation. Like, I can't wait for Michelle to try it out. At the very least, she'll be able to see if she likes the finish or not. It's 110 light neutral. If I could find that in a rosy undertone, it'd be perfect. This is such a great formula, and I can't just throw this away. I'm not going to let it sit in my drawer and get any older, not when it still performs this well. And Michelle is the closest that I know who might be able to make this work. So I'm going to send it to her. I didn't have a whole bunch of wasted things this time or nothing. It was a totally positive month. What did you use up? I love this part of the video because you guys actually let me know what you used up. Did you waste anything? Tell us. We got to know the juicy details of what happened with you this month in your cosmetic collection. You're the best part of the Fritzy family. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And if the Lord's willing, I'll see you next time. All right then. Love you. See ya. Bye. And I'm out.